This is a drawing of Thistle from Dungeon Meshi that I did, and this is me ranting about the anime. Something just looks so silly. Like, you just look like a little dumb boy. I just want to give you like a little head pat, you know, like silly little boy. But it's just so much Laos, like, with his man titties out, and not enough Senji with his man titties out. Before I get into anything, I ramble a lot, so this is just a warning, little bit of a heads up. I'll also be talking about some spoilers from the anime of Delicious in Dungeon. I haven't read the manga, so there's not necessarily any spoilers I can talk about. But I'm also talking about fan art and other things I've seen online while I'm showing you the time-lapse of the drawing that I did. So if that's all good, we'll continue on. Again, spoilers. No, you can't be mad at me. To touch on this side of the time-lapse, like the sketching side, I was originally planning on drawing Thistle holding their book and like magic coming out of it, or I don't know, there was some, you see some sus drawings of Thistle kind of lying down. I don't know what I was going with, you know, it's just kind of drawings. But I just realized it looked too flat. I didn't really like how it looked. It wasn't what I was going for as well. Like, I wanted some nice detail painting. So I ended up going with obviously what the thumbnail looks like. And it's like Farland's feathers and Thistle kind of acting like Farland's theirs now because of the situation that they're in. Yeah, but I kind of like how it came out in the end. It still looks really sketchy. And when I show the end, I thought it was going to be a bit more rendered out. But again, happy with how it went. I also really wanted to finish this video and actually talk about this because I'm going to get out of the trend of Dungeon Meshi and Delicious in Dungeon. Everyone's going to go to the next anime and I'm still kind of making a video about Thistle. But to get into the anime and that anime side of things, I didn't expect for it to get so dark. I thought this was just a cute little cooking anime, you know, all these little guys, Senji and Laos and all them like just wanting to eat monsters. I just thought that's what all it was going to be about, which I'm kind of happy that it's gone to like this darker side of things. Senji's my baby. I love Senji, you know, he's like a dad. It's so cute, the dynamic that they all have, and he like wants to make sure that they all eat and that sort of stuff. Adorable, so cute. Laos, little baby, he's a little baby and I love him. He's just like that golden retriever dog and he's just so cute. And I just think that the whole dynamic is so cute. Chilchuk, like, he's just kind of there. He feels like the younger brother, you know, just like doesn't like being talked to. But this guy right here, Shuro, I do not like him at all. How do you hate on Laos? Like, in the sense where it's like, you're too dumb to know. Sorry, Laos, I'm not trying to like right now like hate on you, but I mean, like, Shuro saying like, oh, you're just too dumb to notice that we were never friends. Look at him, he's just eating his sandwich, like, leave him alone. I don't really understand why that was a thing, and it just kind of annoyed me because it was just like however long, couple of minutes of just hating on Laos, and Laos just kind of taking it, but then also being like, well, what the hell, like, what do you want from me? Also, Shuro just being like, oh, we need to say Farlin, but also just like hating on her brother. I don't know how I felt about that. It just kind of annoyed me. But I'm happy with how the anime is going because I didn't really want it. Like, I enjoyed that it was just about food, but I was just like, okay, there's got to be something more. However, Farlin turning into the red dragon based off Marcel. Is that how you say her name, actually? Wait, let me search this. Delicious in Dungeon. Oh, I'm spelling this so wrong. How do you spell dungeon? D-U-N-G-O-N? Yeah, Marcel. Donato. Where was I going with that? Oh, black magic. Surprise. Was not expecting that because her magic in general wasn't that strong. I haven't had really like crazy moments of her like protecting the crew to some degree. So very surprised about that. I don't actually know how I feel about that. Also, I thought that Farlin was going to turn into the monster. Okay, wait, I only say that because I saw spoilers of Farlin being a monster. How is she going to turn into the red dragon, you know? I thought it was because she stayed in the belly for so long that she kind of absorbed the meat and sack all around her and used her magic to save herself and turn into the red dragon. I thought that's how she did it. But Marcel doing it was a twist. I was not expecting that. Also, the fact that all the other people that they meet in the dungeon are hating on the fact that she uses black magic. What's the difference here? Like, magic is magic. Dang. Like, I don't know. But either way, like, I was not expecting her to be like, oh, black magic and that sort of stuff. Also, at this moment, like, I drew the hand really weird and it looks like a weird chicken hand. I don't know how I feel about it. I still don't know how I feel about, like, why it was kind of like that for so long. Also, the angle of this drawing means that Thistle is technically leaning on her elbow. So I do end up fixing it, again, based off the thumbnail. But it stayed like that for the longest time. And I had to keep leaving the drawing and coming back to it to try and figure out what I wanted to do with it. I think that was like my biggest obstacle. When I realize I'm stuck on something, I just completely paint over it. I erase it and I get it out of my hand, because that sketch is obviously not working. So why do I feel like I can fix it? So I just get rid of it altogether, which I'm happy with. Like, this looks already way better than what it looked like from before, and I just kind of focus on rendering out the skin and like the other stuff. The underwing as well, like I painted that so many times because I didn't know how much detail I wanted in it. Again, happy with how it turned out, but there's so many things where I'm just like, why do I even draw? Like, why do I not know how to fix this ASAP? Also, I don't know if you can tell, well, I mean, like, you can't tell, but the feathers going in between Thistle's fingers, I can never say Thistle correct on the first go, Thistle's fingers, I ate that up. I was so happy I did that. I was like, oh yeah, it looks like it's actually like Thistle's running their hands through Farlin's fur or feathers. I love that. That's my favorite thing about this entire drawing overall. Also, I think it's the first time I fully rendered a piece without, like, I merged all these layers. I was locked in, and I haven't done that before. Like, I have, but it's like cheating in a way. Like, I'll get to a point where it actually looks good, and then I'll merge the layers and continue on. This one I started off merged layers, like going strong. I'm also waiting for the part where it all goes blue, like a tint. Oh, it's my favorite part. You'll see soon. I put like a little thingy. But going back to the anime, what was I talking about? I cannot remember. Yeah, like Farlin turning into, oh, this is the blue part, by the way. This is what I was talking about. This cold tone thing that I did. I don't know what, I think I did overlay, or maybe not. I can't remember, but I put a setting right on top of this, and it just, my favorite part. And then I tried playing around with blood, and I didn't really like how that was going. But yeah, sorry, going back to Farlin turning into a monster the way that she did. Again, happy that it was kind of Marcel, like, you know, she was trying to prove her powers and stuff. And I love the fact that it caused tension in the group. You know, like Laos was like, I want to save my sister at all costs. I don't give I don't care. I almost swore there. I don't care what happens. But it's just the fact that Marcel, it's like, you were hiding this thing all along, which is okay, but you weren't even that strong in the magic. Again, which is okay, but it's like, is this a Sakura moment right here? I don't know. I want Marcel to be super OP, but I have been seeing, actually, I've seen some fan art where Marcel looks so different in all this, like, cute little costume. Like, it's black, like, with, like, a little, I don't even know how to explain it, but I don't want to, like, search it because I don't want to get spoiled more. I've seen a few spoilers, like a lion and that sort of stuff. I have no clue what it means. I don't want to read the manga, but I think I'm going to, because I'm obviously interested in enough to paint fan art of it. That's how you know, honestly, that I really like a show. I just immediately want to do fan art. If I don't like a show, I don't really care enough to draw anything about it, unless it's really popular and I'm like, dang, like, I gotta follow this trend and that sort of stuff. That's only the only time that I do. Going back to the anime, in terms of how the dungeon is actually made, I need to either... Oh, I just remembered another thing, the paintings as well, and how Thistle kind of went through them and what that even means. Like, obviously it's got something to do with the king and bringing back the prince or the king and that sort of stuff. Like, I think that's really interesting. I want to know more about that. But the actual dungeon itself, like, the way that they're made, obviously this crazy magician, Thistle, is the one doing it. But, like, why? And when they went into that other realm and there was this prophecy and Laos is basically the one... Even though Laos is just, you know, just a golden retriever boy. Like, what are you going to do? You're just going to eat some food and stuff. Not hating on Laos. I'm really not. Like, he's just, you know, and just something just looks so silly. Like, you just look like a little dumb boy. I just want to give you, like, a little head pat, you know, like, silly little boy, you. Like, him having the prophecy to some degree and having the sword with the little wings. Like, very interesting. Want to know what it goes to, but I just was not expecting it. There was so many episodes throughout the beginning of the anime where I was just like, cute food anime, you know, Studio Ghibli anime, cooking anime to some degree, senji anime, you know, Senji's just a cutie. I love him, my short king. He's so cute. Him without his helmet and like the long hair, gorgeous. The fan art on Senji is all I do. It was all I look for. Obviously there's a lot of Laos fan art. I don't know what side of Instagram I'm on, but it's just so much Laos, like, with his man titties out. And not enough Senji with his man titties out. Yeah, God, it's just me rambling basically this whole time, but that's basically the end of this drawing. I like the way it turned out. Again, those little feathers in between Thistle's fingers are my favorite part. And then I added blood, and I really like the blood, but I couldn't really show it much, so I don't know why I kept it for so long there that it ended up being in the end picture. But also, like, let me know what you think of the anime, because no one I know has watched it, and I don't know if people actually like it or if I'm just rambling about it. But yeah, bye!